Readers, on Monday, we talked about how important it is that readers get their minds ready before they start new research and reading. Today, I'm going to teach you how readers notice when they learn something new that they didn't know before. Cassidy's going to be my partner today, and we're going to be working with penguins again. And as we read, we're going to notice when we learn something new, something we didn't know before, and we're going to stop, and we're going to think about it and talk about it together. Okay? Watch as we do that very closely. Listen to what we're saying and watch what we're doing. You're going to be detectives today. I was thinking we could look up something more about penguin babies today. What do you think? I don't know. Let's read right here. It says, one type of penguin is called the emperor penguin. This kind of penguin takes care of its eggs in an unusual way. The emperor penguin just lays one egg. Then the mother goes away to look for food. The father penguin takes care of the egg by himself for many months. I didn't know that, did you?
I did.
That's new to me. I thought the mothers always took care of the eggs. The dad takes care of the eggs? That's a little strange. Huh. You know what? Let's put a sticky on this page where we found that new information so we can bring it back and share it with others. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to put it right here. This spot's going to hold our thinking and our new information that we just got. Would you turn and tell your partner what you noticed Cassie and I talked about and did?
They were sharing, and they knew something that they didn't know, and then they were like,
Together, what did you notice that we did? We found new information and turned it into Andrew. You noticed I put a sticky on that page? Why did I put a sticky there?
They put a sticky in their backpack. They put a sticky to hold their thinking, and they were sharing. They were saying, I don't think that yet. They were all saying, what did I say? They were all saying, and the mom was like, they didn't know that the father.
What's your thinking? What did you notice I did? What did you notice?
That's only the episode.
1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. Readers, I was listening into your conversation, and I was talking with Mark and Andrew, and I heard Jaden say that he noticed I said, I didn't know that before. That's something new. And Mark noticed that I put a sticky on this page. He said that you were holding your thinking there, and you noticed that the dad takes care of the baby instead of the mom. And that was something new you learned, so you put a sticky there to hold your thinking. Ava, what else did you notice?
I noticed that you were sharing the book.
We shared the book together and we talked about it, didn't we? I didn't just say, oh, I didn't know that, and then I kept reading. We stopped, we thought about it together, and we talked about it. That's important to help you really understand and learn that new information that you didn't know before. Readers, inside of your baskets today, I put an orange sticky, just like mine, inside of your center basket, and you and your partner are going to find some new and interesting information that you didn't know before. I want you to talk about it, Elijah, and I want you to put a sticky on that page to bring it back to Share Circle today. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you know what your job is as a reader. Cameron, what are you going to do with that sticky?
We're going to see if we can find something new to learn.
And you're going to hold your spot, hold your thinking, and you're talking on that page. Okay, so every partnership needs to come to Share Circle with one sticky in their book. Okay? Looking for a row that's ready with their hands in their lap, that's ready to go, and get in their nooks with their center baskets. Row 4, let's watch you do this first today. Row 3. Row 2. something you'd like to look for? Something you're wondering about alligators that you don't know already?
Well, I want to know more about what they eat.
Okay, so how could you find that information quickly?
We can table contents.
Okay, let's do that. Let's just keep your sticky right here so you know where it's at. You see it? What alligators eat? Page 13. Let's go there.
I saw that eat. There's 7 now.
Jason, would you read it out loud to them? And then when you boys notice something you didn't know before, stop and say, I didn't know that, and we can talk about it.
An alligator will eat almost anything that crosses its path. Alligators eat fish, birds, and many other animals. Alligators do not chew their food. They tear off pieces and swallow small animals.
Swallowed whole? Did you know that?
Yeah.
You didn't know that? So you should say, I didn't know that. They don't even chew their food.
I know, because their mouth is like so huge.
Did you know that, Jason?
No.
So what should you say if you found some new information? What do you say to your partners? You say, I didn't know that. Did you? Say that.
I didn't know that, did you? Yeah.
No one knew that. Ask Nicholas. Nicholas didn't know that. So share your thinking, Noah.
What?
Share your thinking. How did you already know that? What do you know about alligators swallowing their food whole?
That just I really know about alligators.
So you already knew that fact? Okay. Well, they're going to hold this spot because two of your partners didn't know that information. Keep reading and see if there's anything else you don't know. Some other new surprising information.
Most alligators run at night. They lay quietly for prey to come near.
So what did you say when you read that information?
And why do you cats have black noses? He was reading and I was going to put the sticky on.
So you're putting your sticky on this page because why?
Because he didn't know a shark is bigger than a bus.
You didn't know that a shark... Did you know that a shark was bigger than a bus?
Maybe we should put the word sticky on yours or mine.
Okay, did you stop to think about that information?
Well, we were on this page for a little.
So let's talk about this. This is something new. A shark that can be as big as a bus.
Bigger than a bus.
Bigger than a bus. Can you imagine that?
I can't imagine that.
That's huge.
It could be bigger than a person then.
That's definitely bigger than a person because buses are bigger than people, aren't they? So that means that shark is taller than you. That shark is longer and taller than me. Huge shark. Good. Keep that sticky there and bring that to Share Circle to share with others, okay? Keep reading. See if there's any other new information you can learn today.
And use the one in the other sharks.
You're just going to use this shark basket today. Okay? Come on, boys. Good job.
Miss Denise, we found one. I didn't know fruit bats eat fruit.
You didn't know that there were bats that ate fruit?
Yeah.
Dylan, did you know that?
No.
So let's talk about that. What do you notice? Look at that picture.
Is that bats eating some bananas or peach?
What did you think that bats ate before you saw this picture?
They ate rats and stuff.
You thought they ate rats?
And some frogs eat them. Bats.
So you knew that bats ate frogs and rats, but you did not know that they ate fruit. So what did you say when you got to this page?
Like, Dylan, you're supposed to put sticky on this. We didn't know that bats eat fruit.
That's right. I didn't know that, and you stopped and talked about it, Dylan. It's important that when you're reading and you notice something you didn't know before and it's new information, whether it's from the words or the picture, Cameron, then you stop and talk about it and think about it, okay? So you can really understand that information. So keep that sticky there and keep reading and see if there's anything else new that you can find. It does say yum. Keep going.
Did you know Betsy fruit? No. Hey, did you ever heard of a bag of
That you didn't know before? Which book did you put your sticky in? I don't think. Oh, it came out. Well, show me where that new and surprising information was. See if you can find it again. Will you read it to me? What does it say?
That is it.
Amazing.
And one day, a bear in the wild can eat as much food as 42 hamburgers.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Did you know that? That's a lot of food. Can you imagine? I wonder why bears have to eat that much food. Why do you think?
Because they're very hungry.
Why do you think, Zach? Look at how big those animals are. Bears are big, huge animals. They must need to eat a lot of food to stay healthy and to stay strong, don't you think? Good. Keep your sticky there to hold that important information that you didn't know before. Keep looking for other facts that you didn't know. Great job. Cameron and Dylan, you heard a thumbs down right now. You are not in your notebook. I do not see you looking for new information. Oh, it's right there. You haven't found anything that you didn't know before? Oh, then you know what? We better be listening really closely. I'm going to hold on to this because it looks like it's distracting you. Put the book in the middle. And I heard Ashley was reading. You need to be listening closely so that when you hear something you didn't know before, you can say, I didn't know that. So where were you, Ashley?
Sea turtle. What's sea turtle?
Right there?
No, right there. One. I wasn't right there.
You right here?
Okay. People can travel that distance in about 1 year by car. But penguins must walk for about 1 month to go this far. Penguins have very short legs and although they have wings, they cannot fly.
What do you think about that? Did you know that it takes a penguin about a month to go as far as it takes a person to drive in a car an hour? That's a really long time, isn't it? A month. That'd be like all of February or all of January. That's how long it takes them to get someplace. That would take us 1 hour in a car. Did you know that?
No.
So what should you say if you find something surprising and new that you didn't know before? You should say, I didn't know that. Did you?
No.
So put your sticky there. Hold your thinking. Talk about that. Why do you think it takes them that long?
Because they can't fly. They have little legs.
They can't fly. If they could fly, it might take them a lot less time, wouldn't it? And it did say they had very short legs. Have you ever seen a penguin at the zoo before?
Yeah.
Do you see how they kind of waddle and it takes them a little while to get somewhere? They move kind of slow, don't they?
Yeah.
So it does take them a really long time. Good. Keep that sticky there, holding your thoughts. I've been around to a couple partnerships today, and I noticed that several of you have already found a spot in your reading where you noticed something you didn't know before, and you put your sticky there. You have about 2 more minutes. Make sure that you have found a spot in your book that you found new and surprising information, and you held that spot with a sticky. Keep going. 2 minutes.
There's only 2 minutes and we don't even have a spot.
Share it with me. Oh my goodness, that thing blends right in, doesn't it? What did you say when you read that information? You saw that.
I did not know that they could camouflage.
I didn't know that either. What do you think about that, Alex? Did you talk about that? Look at this picture. What do you notice? It really blends right in, doesn't it?
And he has spikes like a lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lizard.
I wonder if you were another animal, would you notice him sitting in those leaves? You might not. He blends in really well, doesn't he? I didn't know that frogs could camouflage with their surroundings either. That's a great noticing that you didn't know before. Keep that sticky there. Bring that to share time, okay?
Well,
Great job. Right there. Is the book in the middle so Alex can see? You're reading together? Are you reading out loud for her? Okay.
arms and legs.
Readers, if you pack up your baskets and climb to the carpet, maybe Alex, could you scoot this way a little bit? And Madeline, if you'll scoot back. They're really smushed over there. Nicholas, I can't start till they're ready. Basket on the floor, please. Readers, today we were noticing when we learned something new and surprising that we didn't know before. And you held your thinking and your talking that you did with your partner with a sticky note inside of your book. I would like Jaden and Alex, because I was just visiting with them, I'd like them to share their new and surprising information first today. Tell us what you talked about. Tell us first what you noticed and then what you talked about.
That I didn't know that these kind of frogs have spikes and they look like lizard and they can camouflage. Let me see.
And we talked a lot about, I went over there and was talking with them, how if I was an animal, I might not even notice that frog sitting in the leaves because it blends in so well. And they held their spot with their sticky. Thank you, Jaden. Patrick and Zach, will you share your new and surprising information? Let's listen. Patrick, you want to go ahead and read that out loud? Nice loud voice.
That bear can eat more than 42 hamburgers a day.
A bear could eat up to 42 hamburgers in a day. I didn't know that. Did you?
No.
That is some really surprising information. Great job. Thank you for sharing that with us. And Cassidy and Megan, they said, we found something just in the nick of time before we came to Share Circle. So would you share that with us, your new surprising information?
That me and Kathy didn't know that a turtle can eat that.
They learned their new surprising information, Noah, from their picture. Look at this.
Whoa, what is that? A turtle.
That's a sea turtle. Did you know that they could be that big?
No.
I didn't know that. What did you girls say when you saw this picture?
Could be eaten.
Noah, let's listen.
We said we didn't know that those sea turtles can be like twice the size as you.
That's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like twice the size as
Readers, you did an awesome job today looking for new and surprising information. Mark, you'd have to look at that, but I don't think that we're on their list of things to eat. Readers, today and every day, when you are reading, it's important that you take time to stop and think about that new and surprising information. If you would, put your baskets on the shelf and walk safely and quietly with no detours to get your just right bags and go to your nooks. Great reading today. Cameron and Dylan, you both walked away from your basket and it's lying on the floor. one of you needs to take responsibility and put it on the shelf. You took it off the shelf. I'll get it. And then Cameron, you need to put it back on the shelf. Being together in a partnership means taking turns and working together. Readers, I'd like you to take a book out of your bag that you've been working inside of and that you've noticed some tricky words. Can you find a book inside your bag that has some tricky words inside of it that you've had to work at? Just choose one today. Readers, as I've been listening to you read in your conferences and your reading groups, I've been noticing that when you get stuck on words, you're not always using the chunks or the small parts of the word that you know to help you figure out that bigger word. So I'd like you to watch me today as I use the chunk inside of this book to figure out this big word. They put no, that doesn't make sense. But I see a CK. CK says k. B-ack. B-ack. Back. They put back the strawberries. What did you notice I did when I got to that word I didn't know?
You went back 4 times. You sounded it out.
I sounded it out, but I also noticed something inside this word. It has the CK chunk, and CK says k. So I used that chunk to help me figure out the bigger word.
Is that like the middle of the book?
I just picked a page that I knew had a chunk inside of it to show you. When you're reading today for me, I would like you to find the chunks inside of the bigger words that are giving you trouble and to use them to figure out that big word. When you get to a page where you use your chunks to figure out that bigger word, I want you to put a sticky on that page so that you can hold your strategies and share it with me when you're done reading. Okay? So go ahead and read using your chunks and small parts of your word to help you.
I have come to stay second. I have bags in my house.
No finger, please.
I have my plants, said Grandma. I have my fish, I have my birds, and I have my mice. Ship smells. The ship smells like bass. Bill and Tess sit.
Here's that word. Put your finger on the page. Put your finger underneath that word. Put your eyes on it.
It was still
There you go. And what did you notice you just did?
window.
And you used your chunks. You said st, ill, still. Great job. Put your sticky there.
I was the first one to find one, because look.
Keep going. Keep using those chunks in your words to figure them out. Great job, Noah.
Most of the children, we cannot see what they did, and they
Here's your chunks. Put your finger in there.
still, and we cannot see the window.
There you go. I like how I heard you when I just scooted over here. You said wa-in-do. Window. You used the small word in instead of this big long word to figure it out. Great job. Keep going.
The bills on the bag. They put the fish in the bag. The birds and the mice in the house. Bill said the children, we do not see the test.
There you go.
Said, said not see the and the cat ran away. Where can a dog ran after it? Now Bill and get the corn, said Brown Mouse. The mice Bill ran to the garden. And
What do you notice about that word?
Came back with some corn.
Good. You know what? You can put a sticky there because you noticed aim. You said aim, came. That's one of our word families. Great job.
We love eating corn.
Great job, Megan. I liked when you got to that word, you stopped and you took some time and you didn't zoom right through it. You said, you did some thinking. You said, aim, came. You used your two chunks and you put it together and you figured it out in a snap. Great job.
Rat's book. Friday. Fell on the ship. Where can Tess step on? Where can Grandma stay?
Readers, I'm going to stop you for just a minute. I noticed that so far all of you have found one spot in your book where you used a chunk or part of the word to figure it out. Cameron, would you share yours with us?
I found that
What did you do on this page?
right on here, I found that window because I found that chunk in my red.
So he said, wa, in, do, and you put it all together and he said, window. So you used that small word to figure out that big, long word that you didn't know. Great job, Cameron. How about you, Megan? Can you open up to that spot and share your work with us?
I couldn't figure out what this word, and I found it out. Came.
Did you listen to what Megan just said? She used her word family, aim, to figure out that word. She said, aim, came. Great job, Megan. And how about you, Noah? Let's go to the page where you used your chunk. Can you tell them about this word right here, what you did? He noticed it had the ST, which says st, and then he said ill, still. So he used his blend in the beginning, st, and then he used his word family, ill, and he put it together, still. So readers, each time you get stuck on that tricky word, look inside to see if there's a small word-wall word like Cameron had in, or if there's a word family like Megan, or if there's a blend in the beginning like Noah had. Those small chunks and words can help us figure out those bigger words in our reading. Great job today. You can go back to your spot and keep reading. Thank you.
Grandma comes to the stage. Grandma, come and look at me. This is where I will off in the bathtub. Look the fog on.
Push up your sleeves. Push them up like this. Then you won't be so hot. It'll give you some more air. You sit on your bottom?
Yeah, but I like when it's not this.
I thought you said you were hot. Just kidding? Okay, come sit close. Okay. What are you working on as a reader inside this book here today?
I'm finding in a list in space, and because the eyes of the Woody's, the eyes get crazy because it gets like that.
You're noticing the pictures inside this nonfiction book? Okay. I know you and I have been talking a lot about getting our minds ready for our book and using the pictures to help